We live in a time of convenience. We want everything now, we don't want to have to wait. We want something to work well, but we don't want to put in much effort. We're looking for, things to happen quickly because we're, used to things like the internet, which gives us instant communication, instant information. Car care is no different. It has been responding to this requirement for convenience. So as far as protection goes, you could wax your car or seal your car, but it takes a bit of time. That's why products came out like this. These are spray-on, rinse-off protection products. Yes, they work. Yes, they provide protection. Once you've washed and rinsed your car, spray these on, rinse them off. Job done. Your car now beads water, just as if you had applied a wax or a sealant. Now, what's interesting is cost. Generally speaking, when you're looking at a convenient product, you pay more for that convenience, although not fully the same across the board. For example, this is Geon Wet Coat. I reviewed this a long time ago. This is a great product, spray on, rinse off, but a litre product generally costs around about £17. Now, Turtle Wax came along last year with the new Dry and Shine Rinse Wax, part of their hybrid line, and this is a 750ml bottle and it goes for anywhere between £8 and £10. So, you've got a ready-to-use product which is now better value than this. But, can we make any better value than that? Can we have something which is even cheaper and still gives the same results? Because we want convenience, but we also want good value for money. Well, that's where this product comes in. Today I'm testing Car-Chem Hydro Coat. Now you may be thinking to yourselves, wait a minute there, Specky, that is a tiny little bottle compared to the wet coat, which is huge. What's going on there? Alright, let me explain. This is actually a dual use product. So you can use this directly on the paint as a paint sealant. So on a dry, clean panel, you can apply this by putting it onto an applicator pad, like a cotton makeup pad, and wiping it gently onto the paint and leaving it for 15 minutes, then buff it off, bit like some waxes. Allow it to cure for 15 minutes, then buff it off. You've got some protection on your paint, and it will be longer lasting protection. Keep in mind, this is not an SiO2 based product, this is a polymer sealant, but still a very good sealant. Now, the alternative is that you can dilute it into a spray bottle. So, in a 1 litre spray bottle, so remember this wet coat, that's a 1 litre bottle there. In a 1 litre bottle, all you need to add is 25 millilitres of this product, of the wet coat, the Hydro Coat, into a 1 litre bottle and fill the remaining bottle with 975 ml of water. That's it. Wash your car, rinse your car, spray on, rinse off. So you'll get this full from a bottle this size. You will get, actually, with a dilution ratio, you should get 10 litres. This is, yeah, that should be right, isn't it? I believe, doesn't actually say it on the bottle. I believe this is a 250ml bottle. So if you use 25 ml out of that, then 10 times 25, 250, so you'll get 10 litres of a product which should be as good as something which you can readily buy, ready to use, and that cost £17. Cost-wise, I think I paid, including postage, I paid £17 for this. Now if I can get 10 litre bottles of a spray-on rinse-off product, then that works out at £1.70 for a litre of spray-on rinse-off product, compared to around about £17 for a ready-to-use spray-on product like Geon Wet Coat. Now yes, they can come cheaper. Like I said, the Turtle Wax can come between £8 and £10. You might be able to find it even cheaper than that. As a ready-to-use product, that would be a great value for money product. But this, I don't think it can be beaten because it's something you can dilute yourself. So what we're going to do today is test it. On half the bonnet, I'm going to use it as a direct sealant on the paint. and on the other half it's going to be a spray-on rinse-off product. So let's go across and have a look at the panel quickly and check out the water behavior, because I have removed all previous protection. So here's the panel, and as you can see, well, it's hanging on to water. Yesterday it was covered in a selection of turtle wax ceramic products, but today it is now free of all of those. I have removed them. I have used high alkaline shampoo. I have used abrasive shampoo. So there should be nothing left on here. There are small amounts of repellency still going on here. But as you can see, the water does want to hang around. What I'll do is I will go over the panel with an isopropyl alcohol wipe just to try and kill off anything else that may be left on the panel, and then we can get cracking with applying the Hydro Coat. Okay, so there shouldn't be anything left on this panel now. We can go ahead and apply. Now the instructions state you can either use a cotton makeup type a pad, a makeup style pad, or a microfiber applicator. So I'm going to use one of these microfiber-ish applicators, and it says lightly wet one of these and wipe it across the panel. I don't want to go too light, I don't want to go too heavy, so I'll spray a few sprays onto the pad. We'll see how it goes and then figure out if it needs any more as we go. But I'm aiming to do just one half of the bonnet, this left side of your picture. It's really hard to see. I'm struggling to see it. I might need to put a bit more on just in case. Alright, so it went on easily. It's a very, very thin product. I did need to spray a few more on here just so I could see it. But it is super, super thin. And now that it's on the panel, I think most of it has flashed off. I can't see any of it. But what I'm going to do now is set a timer on my phone. I'm going to let this sit for 15 minutes. Then I'm going to come back with a soft towel and buff it off clear, just to make sure that there's nothing left on the panel, and then we'll make up the solution for the other side. Alright, so it's just about time to buff off. Let's make up the solution here. So there's the bottle, and like I said, 25 ml is all you need for a 1 litre. Oh, was that exactly right? No, just a tiny bit more. Okay, now it's just a tiny bit over. Never mind. Right, so where are you? There you are. 25 milliliters. That's it. Into the bottle. Gone. And like I say, it does kind of look like water, but that's alright. It's not water. It genuinely is this stuff. Let's fill up the bottle. 1 litre, ready to go. Excellent. Now let's go and grab a cloth and buff off the sealant we've just added to the left side of the bonnet. Now I'm sure Martin over at the OCD channel will be getting very excited right now. He seems to have a fetish for these. This is the Paragon Weft Weave microfiber towel, very, very soft towel. He's absolutely right. So I'm going to use this to buff off the product. Just so you know, I'm folding it in corners inwise because I do find the corners just to be a little bit sharp there. This is the first time I've properly used them, but we'll see how we go. I'm not entirely sure what I was buffing off because it didn't feel like there was anything to buff off. It was super thin on there. It has become very slick. You can definitely tell there's a difference in slickness there. I'm not sure if you would see it with a towel. Can't really spin it properly there, but yeah, it doesn't look that much difference to the towel, but I can feel a little bit of a slickness difference there. Let's have a look at the water behavior, because obviously if we're going to be testing the Hydro Coat as a wet application, this side of the bonnet's going to have to be wet anyway. So let's have a look and see if there's a difference in the water behavior. So if you remember what it looked like before, this has gone back to sheeting again. What's going on there? After putting the IPA wipe on it, it was hanging on to water before and it's not now. That's very odd. But you can see there is a definite difference there between this side and that side. Here we have instant protection, instant wanting to get rid of that water. Over here, it takes its time. So yeah, I don't know what's going on there. Maybe the ceramic has held up better than I thought. Very strange and interesting. Look at that, it's sheeting like it did before. That's very odd. Right, well, we just have to go with it, I'm afraid. I may actually have to test the wet coat on a door panel that's been washed instead. You can see there is definite water beading and sheeting going on there. Let's check beads. Yep, nice beads. Nice sheeting. That's very strange. Well, let's try that anyway. Let's see if there's a difference with the wet coat applied over here. Then I'll go to one of the door panels which has been cleaned but hasn't had anything else, no protection on it at all, and we'll see if there's a difference there. First I need to get this as wet as possible without it sheeting away, because there's no point in it being a wet coat if the panel is dry. Look at it, it's mostly dry. This is ridiculous. Right, here we go. Okay, there we go. Wet with beads. Let me grab the bottle. Okay, so let's spray on the wet application of Hydro Coat onto this side. And then rinse it off. Okay, it sheets a bit faster. Let me adjust my nozzle here. Maybe it was too... that's a bit better. Okay, go again. Yes, okay, there you go. It's breaking up more there. So I think maybe I had it too misted there. Let's get that wet beads again. Now, I'm being liberal with this, but I can afford to be liberal because it costs £1.70 a litre. It's ridiculously cheap. You could throw it everywhere. Right, now you can see the panel doesn't want to flood at all. It wants to get wet. So let's do a side-by-side comparison. Pretty good, actually. Pretty good. I might switch over to my hose nozzle and we'll try and flood the panel, see what it looks like there. That's pretty much equal, isn't it? That's pretty fantastic. So you're getting pretty much the same kind of performance whether it's applied solid to the panel, on a dry panel, sorry, or if it's applied wet. And that's very interesting. Although the performance is supposed to be that this is meant to be your base layer of protection, and then you apply a wet coat on top of it to maintain that protection. So you apply this once, and then at the end of every other wash, you spray a wet version of Hydro Coat onto the paint, and that way you will maintain that protection. Let's try getting this panel this side wet and applying Hydro Coat on top of that again, just to see if there's any change. It's wet. Okay. Alright, now let's do a side by side. Yep, I'd say it's pretty much identical. So, no real change to this side. Doesn't want to flood. Now there may be a little bit of a change. Yeah, this performs just a little bit better as a base coat and then a fresh topping on there. So, very, very good. Still working very well. So this is a very, very interesting product. It is the only one that I know of which can be used neat as a base coat and then diluted as a topper. And that's where I think it would be unfair to compare it to something like Geon Wet Coat or Turtle Wax's Dry and Shine. And that's because these products are designed to work alongside another product. They are both toppers. So Geon would like you to apply this on top of one of their base coats of their ceramics products, for example. And Turtle Wax would like you to use this on top of something like their hybrid sealant. Whereas the Car-Chem, it is both its base coat and topper. So I think it would be unfair to compare the water repelling abilities of the spray-on rinse-off version. And that's because, like I say, these are designed to work differently. They're designed to be very, very hydrophobic on top, whereas the dilution of Hydro Coat is designed more to be compatible and work with the existing base coat that it has. So I wouldn't say they're exactly apples for apples products, but this is nice that you get that ability to lay down a base coat in the same bottle as making up a dilution for topping. I hope I haven't gone on and made that too confusing for you. Anyway, Car-Chem also make a Hydro Coat hybrid version product. It's a little bit different. It is a dry applied product. It is a spray sealant essentially with SiO2. It's not the same as this. It can't be diluted, so do keep that in mind. I will leave a link for this directly down in the comments below, so you guys can go and check it out if you fancy. And I have to thank Car-Chem because they're the ones that sent through the sample of this. I don't think they knew I already had this one. So this was very interesting to try and to test and to show you guys. I have used this in the past and I've enjoyed using it. It's good stuff. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please smash that like button. Also, if you're new here, subscribe and also make sure you ring the notification bell so you don't miss my next video uploads. In the meantime, I've been Specky. Thank you very much for watching and I'll see you in the next video.